Let me go back. How are you? Iris and Milady here. And today's topic is going to be developing healthy habits for routines and routines for success. So developing healthy habits and routines for success. And to me, this is one of the hardest things for me because I will start a good habit, a good routine, and then it'll fall off. And then I have to get back on the horse. So I know for me, the ones that I've been able to stick to, right? The first thing for me is to set realistic goals. Sometimes I'm like, I am going to work out for an hour and a half every day. And it's like, and then by
Yeah.
the third week, I'm like, I'm gonna work out for no time today because I don't feel like, right? And so that's what I sometimes fall into is not setting realistic goals for myself. For me, the second one is identifying triggers to going back to not doing it, right? So a trigger to not going back for me, let's say the working out or something, maybe what I'm eating, or it may be wanting to watch a movie or something like that. So identifying those triggers and then planning ahead. So for me, planning ahead is important as well because then if I plan and I say, okay, this is going to lead to that, I'm very spontaneous. So this is where I fall too. Is I forget to plan because I'm spontaneous and I'm like, oh, let me, squirrel, and I go running over here and I don't follow my own plan. So those are my big ones. Tracking progress is also really important.
Yes.
Um, because once you track your progress, you get that endorphin rush, like, yes, I was able to do it, right? But yeah, to me, those are the big ones. What do you think, Iris?
That is amazing because that is amazing and so fun to scroll.
Squirrel, yeah.
um, it is hard to create new habits. It goes along with also asking yourself why you want this new. Why it is it that you want to create this new habit for yourself in your life? And because in order to break old patterns, we have to create new habits. So how do I create new habit for myself? The first thing is to become serious about it. Like I am serious about my habit to the point that I schedule it on my phone. And one time I decided that I was going to do this particular thing that I'm not going to mention what it was because it will get out of it doesn't matter what it was. The thing is that I said, no, no running, just to say something, no running, no breakfast.
Mm-hmm.
So in order for me to accomplish this, I will not, my mind will remind me, oh, you cannot eat breakfast until you do this because you told yourself that you're going to do this before you do breakfast. So it became something that automatically, eventually, because it takes about, according to some scientists, it takes about 21 to 30 days of consistent practice every day at the same time is better. And if you do it twice a day, it's better. And something else, if you think it and then you write it and then you act on it, you encourage it, you make it stronger,
Mm-hmm.
and it becomes easier to become the new you because the mind needs to be broken out of that old pattern, the old
Mm-hmm.
emotional home
Yeah.
per se, because all is emotion at the end, right? So schedule it, uh, be attentive, respect it. Ask yourself why you want this new habit. What is it that you want to accomplish with it?
Mm-hmm.
Because it's not easy. It's like giving birth. You have to push it out of you. You have to break your mind out of that pattern and make it happen.
And then
You
push
have
it.
to make it happen.
Yes. Oh my gosh. And I love the fact that you said, find why you're doing it. Because
Why?
the why is so important. And and I go back to my working out thing, right? Just for that example. And I think a lot of people also get to this, I want to work out, and then they fall off. And the reason the why is so important, because if you don't have that why it's not that important. It's not your own value. It's somebody else's value on you. you're not going to do it because it's somebody else's value. You haven't seen the value. You may see the value to it, but you don't relate it to your life.
Exactly.
Your list of values is towards the bottom and it's not towards the top. So if it's something that you really, really want to do, then it's figuring out, what about it do I want? Is it for
Yeah.
health? Is it for look? Is it for why? Right? What is the reason? Is it for just a rush of endorphins that I know I'm gonna feel good after? Right? Is it for that good feeling for afterwards? And then focus on that rather than the other pieces of it.
Is it to show somebody else that I'm not what they think I am, or that I could be
Exactly.
this? Because a lot of time is that.
That's true too. The motivation behind it, right? The why.
Yeah.
So important. Um, I love this topic. I want to know, what do you guys think? What are some of your habits? What are some healthy habits that you're wanting to go into? I love to read that. It's getting towards the end of the year, so I know New Year's resolutions are gonna start. Make sure that whatever resolutions you're making, what is it for you? Right? How does it hit you? What is the value that you're putting on this? Or is it somebody else's value and that's why you want to do it? If it's somebody else's value, you need to find it. If you really want to stick to it, find what it means to you. Because
Or if
if
it's
you don't, yeah,
or is it because you want to impress somebody else, or you want to get somebody else's attention or something from someone else, usually relationship.
yeah, usually, yeah, yeah.
Usually.
Where's this change coming from? And before you even start, have write it down and write a list of the why. Because then those days when you don't feel motivated to do it and you read that why, you're like, oh yeah, this is why I'm doing it, right? And if it's just to impress so and so and that person moved, it's probably not going to happen because the person moved. Your main motivator is done. So, um, where is it? What is it for you? I would love to read a little bit on that. I would love to see your comments. I hope you enjoy. Thank you, Iris. Thank you,
Thank
everyone.
you. Thank
Bye.
you. Bye, everyone.
All right.
Oh,
One more.
okay, we can do it. We can do
Yeah,
it.
we can do one more.
We can do it, girl. We are doing this. We are resourceful.
We are resourceful.
We can spend 1 hour in one topic alone, but we can make 3 topics in 10 minutes.
All righty. Oh, this last one. We gotta have to watch the time because it's one of my favorite topics. So we're gonna have to watch the time. I'm gonna have to have you keep me honest here. All right, how to let go of past mistakes and regrets. How to let go of past mistakes and regrets.
All right.
Alrighty. All right. Oh, I love that scarf, by the way. It's very pretty. All right. Everyone, how are you today? And for today, I think this is one topic that I love, and I think it's the best time of year to talking about it because we're starting a new year. And every time New Year comes, we think of new opportunities, new things. And then sometimes in those quiet moments, we get those thoughts of mistakes and regrets and those thoughts that get us down. And I can't believe I blank, blank, blank. I did this in my past, and that regret and that mistake weighs so heavily on my heart. So, our topic today is how to let go of past mistakes and regrets. What do you think, Iris? Letting go of past mistakes and regrets.
This is a big one because I think the vast majority of us, the reason why we keep repeating the same cycle and same mistake is because we haven't been able to let go. So the mind keeps bringing it up so you can look at it
Mm-hmm.
and kill it. So how to let go? First, accept that whatever choice you made yesterday or 20 years ago, you made it from the place that you knew best. Otherwise, you will have not made that decision.
Yeah.
The reason why you can see as a mistake today is because you evolve from it. Your
Grew.
mind, yeah, you transform something within you that can now see, oh, wait a minute, I should have not done that, or that was not the best thing. So forgive yourself.
Yeah.
Forgiving yourself, understanding that you are human. And the choices that we make, either it's going to take us to the right or to the left, but when we get there,
We're here.
then from exactly. And then decide from there how you're going to utilize the learning lesson, the good or what we call not good. But beating yourself up keeps you right there on the same suffering. If you keep marinating what happened yesterday or 20 years ago, is suffering, and it just keeps happening until you let go of it by forgiving yourself and forgiving whoever or the thing that you did or didn't do right. Because there's no sense on holding back your life, because that's what's happening. You're holding yourself back from evolving, from growing, from being the best you, because you're trapped in this self-punishment. Because this is what it turns out to be, punishing yourself with emotional dysregulation for something that you cannot undo. It's already gone. Nothing can be done except learn from it and be better if
Yeah.
you didn't like it.
Yeah. And I think a lot of it, and then everything you said, that acceptance, that acknowledgement that I did, that I'm accepting that I did that back then, but this is the me now. And I think that's the piece. And that's the piece that, at least for me, reframing, right? Reframing, forgiving myself, and then reframing and saying, that was me back then.
Yeah.
And this is what I learned from it. So every time, and it happens in the weirdest times, right? You're driving or you're doing something, and then all of a sudden that memory comes back of when you made that mistake or when you did that wrong thing, and you're like, oh. And you're right, it's suffering, it's like gut wrenching. You're like, oh, like it makes you physically do this number, right? Because it hurts. It's like, ugh.
It
And
hurt.
so practicing that, this is who I am now, right?
Yeah.
Going back to that's who I was back then, this is who I am now. And if there's something you can do, and I'm a big believer in this, if there's something that you can do today, let's say you hurt somebody's feelings. And today you can actually go back and apologize, and it will not cause more problems, because sometimes that could cause problems. It's not going to cause more problems. Go back and apologize. If it's going to cause more problems, then do it through, like, do a meditation, do a relaxation practice, and send good thoughts to that person. Maybe talking to that person is just gonna make things worse, and it could. So maybe close your eyes and do it in a mindful type way, right? Through your mind, talk to them through your thinking, journal about it, right? If there's something you can do, let's say you did something wrong, you hurt people in a different way, right? And you cannot make up for everything that you've done, for every specific person, but maybe you can donate to a charity. Then donate to a charity to help. But if there's something you can do that helps as well, because then you're also taking action to the belief of, this is not who I am anymore, and now I'm taking action in this way.
Yeah.
So if you can do that, of course. But making sure, like you were saying, be patient with yourself and acknowledge, acknowledge the fact that, yes, I did it. Don't run from that. Yes, I did it. I'm accepting that I did it. I'm also forgiving myself for having done it. And this is where I am. And focusing on those things
That's
that we can't
beautiful.
control.
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. I have so much more to say about this, but I know we're running out of time and we have to wrap it up.
Yes.
But one thing I do want to emphasize before we leave, because you reminded me, because we are hard on ourselves because somewhere along the way we were make feel ashamed of our decision and choices when we were children.
Mm-hmm.
So we develop all these feelings that carry on with us, that now we question everything that we do. Because sometimes we do things and then they are not necessarily bad, but immediately we questioned.
Yeah.
We question what we did depending on the other person's reaction. Because sometimes people react and it has nothing to do with you. It has to do with
Or
your own emotional trauma.
definitely.
Like, for instance, my mother, I cannot express how I feel because to her it's attacking her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm attacking her.
Mm-hmm.
This is nothing wrong with expressing how you feel respectfully, So the things that that came to mind, because, and that's why I said this, when we are little children, we don't know how to walk and we stumble while we're trying to walk. We
Mhm.
can call that a mistake. We don't go back and say, oh, you couldn't walk and now I'm going to carry this, right? It's the same thing when we make choices later on that we're supposed to know better. We make choices in according to what we know at each moment. Doesn't matter the title, doesn't matter the degree, doesn't matter who you are. We are always making choices. And sometimes those choices we can realize later on, maybe this was not the best.
Yeah.
So be kind to you, as Milady said. And that's it, because I know we got to go, because otherwise we'll stay here for the rest of our lives.
Love talking, Iris. Thank you very much. Like, subscribe, comment. Let us know what you think about this
Oh,
wonderful
wait,
topic.
wait, wait.
Yes,
Oh, wait. Another thing I wanted to say, I forgot. For those that are carry on with guilt, or with, like you said, maybe
regret.
you offended someone and it's not healthy to go back to that someone. Take a chair.
Uh-huh.
Grab two chairs, the chair technique. Grab two
Yeah.
chairs, put one in front of you. If someone you have a picture of, put the picture of that person there and talk to that picture. Your mind doesn't know that person is not there with you. This is not about the other person. This is about emptying your mind from all that so you can heal. It's about healing your mind, because it's not the you today that is suffering. It's the you, that thing that made that mistake, or like the thing that the you that made that mistake when
Yeah.
it was made, that is suffering, and you are the one feeling it now. And
Oh,
this is why you seek for help, because some things we don't understand. Reach out. We are here to help you. That's what I wanted to say.
oh, I love that. Very good point. Empty chair. It's called empty chair if you want to look it up. Empty chair
Yeah.
technique. It's a good one. Yes, and reach out for help. You're so right, Iris. If it's really, really hard for you to do this and you are really living in this turmoil and suffering, don't live in suffering. Look for a therapist, look for a coach. We are here for you.
And we are
Love
both.
you. Yes. Love you. Have a good one. And thank you so much for listening.
Thank you. Bye bye.
All right.